Okay, so welcome everybody. Thanks for joining us. Me, Courtney was unable to make the call, but that's okay. So I'm still going to share a little bit about why I started the business, basically what it's done for me, maybe a few hesitations that often people have, and then wrap up. So it's going to be pretty quick, but I hope if there's any information that you're still wanting to know about, feel free to reach out to the person that invited you on this call, because the best way is to learn as much as you can about this industry because it's absolutely booming and it's the best thing that I've ever actually jumped into. So my name is Winter Evans, for anybody that doesn't know me. Excuse me, I do have a little bit of cold. My background is, so just a little bit about myself, is that my background is I'm a registered nurse and I have been for about 13 plus years. I'm also married to my husband for about 8 years now, and we have a beautiful little 14-month-old little girl, India. So what kind of, how I was really introduced to Arbonne was not really how, I guess I'm not really going to get into the whole story, but just briefly share a little bit. So basically, I was introduced to Arbonne a few times and I really wasn't ready. I didn't think it was, I had a career. I wasn't sure why people were asking me to look at the business, that sort of thing. But then I did actually, a friend of mine, well, she's actually my cousin, she started the business with Arbonne, and I actually decided to ask her a few questions about it because at that time, although my husband and I were working out west and we had really great careers and that sort of thing, we also lived very lavishly, and therefore we had accrued a little bit of debt, and I basically wanted an additional income stream to just help with that. And I also absolutely did not want to work a second job. I also really was interested in business, but I had no idea what I could ever do with business because I had absolutely no business background. So once I actually spoke with my cousin, I kind of got a bit of information about what network marketing was and what Arbonne was all about. And with that, I basically just jumped in and decided to take a chance on it. Excuse me. So I'm so happy that I did because it was really funny. The only product I ever used before I ever even started any of or used any of the lines or whatever was a bronzer, which I absolutely loved. So I hadn't tried anything. Here I jumped into a business. I didn't even try the product. So I just wanted the business opportunity. So once I actually started using the products, I fell in love with them because the results were immediate. And what I learned through our philosophy of pure, safe, and beneficial is that we abide by some of the safest ingredient policies in the world. So that was really important to me. And it actually wasn't really that important to me before until I started to learn about ingredients that are in our products that we use on a daily basis. And I found it to be astounding how, the long-term effects of some of these products and ingredients. So it was nice to actually start learning about what I was putting on my skin and that sort of thing. And then actually a little later, I found out that I was pregnant. So I was really happy to know that the products that I was putting on my skin, they weren't harmful ingredients and that they wouldn't do anything harmful to my baby. So I was actually really relieved because I don't know if you guys are aware, but everybody thinks that health and wellness is all about what you put in your mouth, when in fact it is obviously an important component, but it's also very important as to what you put on your skin, because what you put on your skin gets absorbed with or in your bloodstream within 26 seconds. and you can build up all these toxins, which can lead to all these harmful effects down the road. And from a nurse's perspective, I've seen it, and if there's anything that I can do to prevent that on the prophylactic preventative side, then that's certainly where I stand. So once I really kind of understood like the philosophy and that sort of thing, it really fit into my life in that way. It wasn't until like quite a bit later that I found, sorry, I'm just going to mute my phone here. It wasn't until a little bit later that I actually kind of dove into like what network and social marketing was, because as I said, I have absolutely no business background. And therefore, you know, so I started to learn a little bit about the industry, and the more I learned, I just really started to be like captivated by it, because social networking is such a brilliant business model in comparison to the older traditional business models, in that we can use time leveraging. And in today's society, everybody is so busy. I mean, you know, when you have like a husband and wife, or like whatever, spouses together, whatever kind of family dynamic that you're in, you know, most people are all working, they have kids in daycare. There's like so much going on. It's so hard like to get a second job. Like people want to be able to learn how to leverage their time as best as they can. And social networking is absolutely brilliant in doing this. So I just want to touch on, so Courtney and I were just going to touch on a couple like hesitations and that sort of thing. And I'll just go through a little bit of information. And at the end, I'll just briefly go through the compensation plan, because obviously people want to know how the levels of pay and that sort of thing. And yeah, so so me personally, I was the biggest skeptic on earth, because as I meant, well, I'm not sure if I mentioned it, but I was actually asked about the business in the past, to take a look at it and that sort of thing. And I actually thought, for one, I couldn't understand why somebody was asking me to take a look at the business when I was a registered nurse. I'm kind of like, well, I already have a career. I don't really understand like why you want me to sell lipstick. So like, and so that was one of the things, like, well, why would I want to do that? But I had terrible perceptions of what this industry really was. Then another thing that, so when I did actually watch the video that she sent me, to be nice, but when I was watching it, I was kind of intrigued a little bit. But then instantly, of course, you know, fear steps in, and I instantly started thinking, oh yeah, this is definitely like one of those pyramid schemes or something like that. So I'm not getting involved in this. But anyhow, so just to kind of touch on the whole pyramid scheme, pyramid schemes are illegal. And the way I kind of like to look at it, and the way it makes sense to me, is that if you look at any large organization, if you look at like the government, hospitals, schools, restaurants, any kind of business, there's one owner, and that owner sits at the top. And then you have like your management level, your assistant managers, then as it goes down, you have like, let's say it's a restaurant. Then you have like your wait staff, your bartenders, and then it's like, you know, your cleaners and all that. It's like all of those people, and that looks like a pyramid, right? Because there's only one person at the top, and nobody else gets to get to that business owner top level. So all these people are doing all the effort for this one person. Whereas network marketing is actually kind of like the flip of that. So everybody, no matter what background you come from, no matter what you do, who you are, it doesn't make any difference. Everybody starts at the level. There's a total level playing field where everybody gets to start. If you choose to promote, like you can promote through to the levels, and there's so much there's so many sorry, I'm making this confusing, but basically everybody starts at the bottom and everybody can make it to the top. And it's actually by helping other people. The only way that you succeed is by helping other people. And that's the total opposite of what a pyramid scheme is. Like in a pyramid scheme, it's like one person gets in, they recruit all these people, they do all the work and make all the money, and this person sits at top and nobody gets up there. So it's nothing like that. So that, I mean, we have more information about that. I mean, you can look at network marketing and really see how this industry is truly brilliant. There's some really great books out there. I mean, David Kawasaki, there's look at like Tony Robbins, like all these people talk about like network marketing is the next biggest thing. And traditional marketing, not traditional marketing, but traditional business is completely stepping out into, this is where the business is headed in the future, everybody is headed at not necessarily network marketing, but into more entrepreneurial roles opposed to being employees. So another hesitation that once I was speaking to my cousin about, I asked her, well, okay, I can do this, but like maybe I just want to do this and just kind of work it at my own time. I don't do I need to sell a certain amount, which was kind of important to know. And no, you don't actually have to, there is no minimum that you're required to sell. There are certain, like if you want to promote, like we have certain quotas and that's certain numbers, but that's not required. That you totally get to decide where you fit into all this. If you only wanted to do this on the side and make an additional $50 a month to help support your makeup obsession, or if you wanted to completely supplement a six-figure salary, that's also possible. So I know that's like one small spectrum to the other, but it is completely possible within this sort of industry. Another question that a lot of people mention is, okay, so I'd love to do this business, but do I have to do parties? And no, you don't have to do parties. That is like one of our traditional reach out methods. We have various reach out methods within Arbonne. So just a couple to name a few. You can do one-on-ones where you can do coffee dates with people if that's more your thing. And we do like several like different ways. You can do like a makeup consult with one person or your friend or whatever. We do like RE9 gold bags, which we like lend out to clients for a few days to let them try the products themselves, and which is really nice because an apprehension that I felt as well was like, I'm not a salesperson, so like I don't want to be like trying to sell stuff to people and whatever. But one thing that I know based on my own personal results and whatever is that these products actually sell themselves. So like when I drop a gold bag off to somebody and they try it out for 3 days or so, when I actually go back to pick it up, they're like, oh my God, my skin or whatever, like they're raving about it. So all I did was drop it off, and I didn't spend 3 days at their house or whatever. So my tools, which was my product, actually it's like my little employees. They do the work for me. And another, there's other various reach out methods. Like we can do like mail out samples. We can do like Discover Arbonnes. We do online events, which is like this, where you can reach out if somebody was interested in learning a little bit the business. This is a great way to do it. My husband is at hockey tonight. I'm here in my sweater and my baby's up sleeping in bed. So I didn't have to go out anywhere. I just threw the computer on the table and you just make it work. So it's easy and you can fit this business into your lifestyle, which I absolutely love. What else did I want to touch on? I'm not going to keep you guys much longer. Oh, the compensation plan. So there's only 4 levels of management or whatever in Arbonne. So the first level, everybody starts out as an independent consultant. So the first level of promotion is called a district manager, or sorry, so the consultant, without even promoting, can make an average from $50 to $200 plus a month. Now, some people make less, some people make more. This business is an effort-based business. So what efforts you put into it, you can get out. So if you're only doing a little bit of effort, then you'll see like a smaller amount of money. But now if you're putting in much more effort, then then you will get better results. It's just as simple as that. So the next level of management, level of promotion, the first level of promotion is called district manager. And at this level, you can make anywhere from $200 to $1,200 plus a month. There are district managers, again, that make less and others that make more. Then the next level of promotion is called area manager. And the exciting thing about this level of management is that this level is actually willable. So you now have an asset that you can will. If anything were to ever happen to you, you can will your business to anybody that you like, your spouse or your child or whatever, which I absolutely love because I'm building a business now to be able to have this for my daughter. That's kind of one of the most rewarding feelings for me as a mom. And the pay is anywhere from $1,500 to $4,000 a month. Now there are there's people that make less than that, and there's people that make more than that. The next level of promotion is called regional vice president, and at this level, Arbonne will actually pay you a Mercedes cash bonus every month. So they'll basically take care of your Mercedes-Benz. The only stipulation with your Mercedes is that it has to be white because white represents pure, and Arbonne is about pure. So at this level, you can make anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000 per month. And the next level of promotion is the national vice president level. And this level and you actually get a bigger allowance for your car, for your Mercedes. So if you want that upgrade, then you can then upgrade. I can't remember exactly what the amounts are. So if you want to reach out to your consultant, we can certainly give you like those exact numbers. But anyways, the average monthly income for national vice president is anywhere from $15,000 to $22,000 a month. I know national vice presidents that are making less, and I know some that are making a considerable amount more. The beauty about this business is that there is no cap to the amount of money that you make. The average within Canada is like $22,000 for a national vice president, but I know people there are like $1 million earners in Arbonne, and it's crazy to know that. But it's totally possible. Anyways, that kind of just blows my mind. So I guess basically, so I do want to I'm going to kind of wrap it up here now. I don't want to take any more of your time, but so the biggest thing about this business is that Arbonne is an online global health and wellness business. And what that means is that people are looking for pure and safe ingredient or products. And people are also looking for additional streams of income. And at Arbonne, we have all those to offer. We've been in business for 38 years. And we're continuing to grow and thrive and expand into other countries. We're currently into, let's see if I can remember them all, Canada, US, UK, Poland, New Zealand, Australia, Taiwan, and we're actually launching into Germany this year. I can't remember if it's March or April, but we'll be launching into various other countries, more countries with each year. So we're on a global expansion. And it's just truly exciting to know where this business could really take you. I know a lot of people, I will touch on this one actually, a lot of people do actually address the fact that, well, I don't know many people, I'm from a small town, I don't know anybody in those countries. So where do I fit into all this? But let's say, for example, if you had your own business with Arbonne and your friend down the street decided to partner up with you and open their own online health and wellness business. You may share the same network of people, but there's always a few people that you don't share, like always a few people that have different networks within your, like those two people. Now, if your friend down the street, for example, reached out to a family member that they knew in the UK, and that person decided that they wanted to go into business, excuse me, with your friend, and they became a consultant, then all of a sudden you have a business partner in the UK, and that consultant that's in the UK, they have a completely other network of people. They could know somebody in Poland, New Zealand, wherever our business is open globally, and could partner with them. And then all of a sudden your business has just completely taken off, and you have no control over that, which is the exciting part. And it totally keeps me excited. Anyways, so I think I actually touched on the big things that I really wanted to mention. All I know is that there's so many exciting things coming down the pipelines for 2018, and network marketing is definitely where it's at. So I guess the closing thing that I would like to say is, and it's something that really kind of spoke to me, was what if there's a 1% chance that this business could work for you? Don't think about the what if it doesn't, but what if it does? And if you keep doing what you're doing for the next 5 years, will you be where you want to be? And so those are just a couple little tidbit questions for thought. I'm going to end this meeting. It was a pleasure chatting with you guys, and have a wonderful night. Bye.